Hello everyone, my name is Catherine and today we are going to be doing my September book haul. The first book I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 7 books and 1 graphic novel to show you, and I'm going to start right away. The first book that I bought this month, because it is still September, is Incarnate by Jodi Meadows. And I have to be honest here, because the main reason I bought this book was because of this beautiful cover. And I'm waiting for the third book to come out in paperback so that I could buy the second one and the third one, and then I'm going to start reading these books. But I'm going to tell you what these books are about, and I'm not really sure exactly what they're about, but I'm going to try to explain it. The main character of this book is called Anna, and in this world where she lives there is reincarnation, and everyone lived many different lives, and she is born as a new soul, which means that she hasn't been reincarnated. That is the first time that she is living. And then everyone starts to get suspicious about it and things start to happen, and I think that this is what this book is about. And what I found really interesting is that I haven't heard about any young adult book which is about reincarnation, and that would be really interesting to read about. So that is why I picked this book up, and I'm really looking forward to reading and marathoning the trilogy when the third book comes out in paperback so that I could buy it, because I don't really like hardback books. The second book I bought this month was Finikin of the Rock by Melina Marchetta, and this is a fantasy book, so young adult fantasy. And there are not a lot of young adult fantasy books that I've read and that I loved, but I'm really hoping that I will love this one. I'm not really sure what it is about. The only thing that I do know is that there are 3 books and that there are some kind of companion novels, so each book has different main character, if I'm right. And in this one it is Finikin of the Rock, the second one is called Froy of the Exile, and the third one is some strange name and something, I'm not sure what. I've ordered the second and the third book and I'm waiting for them to arrive so that I could marathon the whole trilogy, because I'm sure that I'm going to love that. And it is called Lumater Chronicles, so I'm not sure if that is a trilogy, maybe it is a series and there is only 3 books out, and maybe it is a trilogy, but I'm not sure. Fantasy, yeah. Now I'm going to show you the graphic novel that I bought, and I've already read it because it is really short, and I've also read the book and it is one of my favorite series, and that is Vampire Academy graphic novel. And I saw this at my local bookstore and of course I had to buy it, and it was really a short and fun read. And I know that some people didn't like the art in it and that they didn't like how the people are drawn, so I can show you this. And it is like at the front cover, but I didn't mind that and I liked the drawings and it was really great, and I loved it as much as I loved the Vampire Academy book. But if you haven't read the Vampire Academy, I wouldn't suggest you to pick this book, this graphic novel up, because I'm not sure if you would understand everything, so it is better to read the Vampire Academy book and then to read this graphic novel, and you'll enjoy it. Then at my local bookstore I saw this book. This is 4 by Veronica Roth, and it is a collection of short stories set before the Divergent, during the Divergent, maybe after Divergent, I'm not sure. But I have all the other Divergent books and I've read them, so why wouldn't I buy this one? I'm not really a fan of short stories and novellas and things like that, but I'm going to read this and it is going to be a quick read. And it wasn't really expensive, so I bought it. Then everyone seems to be buying this book these days. The Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, and this is in Serbian, and it has many pages and the letters are tiny, so it is going to take me a lot of time to read it, but I've heard amazing things. And it is in Scotland, historical fiction, time traveling, something like that. And there is also a TV show, but I would really like to read this before watching the TV show. And I've heard that there is a pause that is about 6 months long before the second half of the first season, so during those 6 months I'm going to read this book and then I'm going to watch the show, because everyone said that it is great, so I have to do that. Then I bought 2 books by Khaled Hosseini, and this is The Kite Runner and Thousand Splendid Suns. A Thousand Splendid Suns. And I've already read The Kite Runner and I really loved it, so I'm sure that you've heard about these books. They're set in the Afghanistan and they're just great books, and they're stories that you will remember long after you've read them, so that's great. And I really liked the kind of his writing, so his writing is more like storytelling, and those books are a bit depressing, but I needed that, and I need that sometimes, and we all do, but they're also great, and the stories are great, and the writing is amazing, so I would highly recommend you to read these books. I haven't read this one, but I'm sure I'm going to love it. I bought another fantasy book, and I'm sure you know that I love fantasy, and I've heard great things about this one, and it is Lies of Locke Lamora. And I heard that this book is about thieves, and that there is a lot of intrigue and a lot of happenings, and it's high fantasy. I think that it is adult fantasy, and I love adult fantasy more than young adult fantasy. And this book is also big, it is huge, and the same as with The Outlander, the letters are small. The second one is also out in Serbia, so I'm going to read it also. And yeah, fantasy. So that would be all the books for my book haul, and if you enjoyed this book haul, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in one of my next videos, which will be really soon.